Amriteshwarya Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Amma. Vidvatvam Chandripatvam cha Naiva Tulye Kadachana Swadeshe Pujate Raja Vidvan Sarvatra Pujate. A king is revered within his kingdom, but the learned, they are honored everywhere. Knowledge knows no boundaries. Dear students, parents, and esteemed guests, on this note that celebrates the true wealth of education, I greet you the Amrita way, which is Namah Shivaya, which means I bow down to the divine within you, to the light of awareness, to the essence that unites us all. Before we begin this celebration of new beginnings, let us take a quiet breath of gratitude for the dignitaries who have joined us today, our dedicated faculty members, staff, and most deeply for you, dear parents, you who held their hands when they took their first steps and now, with trembling pride and joyful hope, let go so that they can fly. On behalf of Amrita School of Engineering, the School of Computing, and School of AI, I extend a heartfelt congratulations to all our newly admitted students. You haven't just entered a campus, you have entered Amrita, a temple of values, of vision, of vibrant learning, the #1 private university in India, but more importantly, a place where hearts are shaped alongside minds. To the dear parents joining us from the adjacent halls through live stream, our warmest pranams to you. Though you may not be in this room, your presence fills every inch of it. We see your silent prayers, your quiet sacrifices, and today we share in your pride and hope. Let me say this gently but firmly, you have made the right choice. Here, your child is not just another roll number. They are seen, they are nurtured, they are loved. At Amrita, they will be challenged to grow, not just in skill, but in spirit. And to you, our dear first-year students, our precious newest members of Amrita family, the new babies of Amrita. Welcome home. You may have come from different cities, states, or even countries, but from today, this is your family, this is your home. And now, as you begin your exciting journey in electronics and communication engineering, you have entered a world where you will be learning how to carry WhatsApp messages. Tiny chips run billion-dollar businesses. A chip you design may power a satellite. A sensor you calibrate may save lives. And yes, one misconnected wire can turn your entire lab into a smoke machine. Let today be more than a welcome. Let it be a blessing, a beginning, a sacred promise that years ahead will be filled with learning, discovery, resilience, joy, value-based transformations. And one day, when you wear your graduation attire and walk across in this campus, you will remember today and smile. In a few years, you will step into the world not just as engineers, but as instruments of change, anchored in knowledge, rooted in compassion, and lifted by purpose. So with all love in our hearts, a thunderous round of applause to our new students and to their incredible parents and families whose belief and blessings have brought them here today. Once again, with open hearts and open arms, welcome to Amrita. Let Amrita's fruitful journey unfold.
On behalf of everyone in Amrita family, I offer my pranams to everyone here. We are humble and we greatly acknowledge your presence with us here. We are honored to have our chief guest, Mr. Gangadhar Godandaram. Welcome, sir. Let us acknowledge the presence of all the gathered members of Amrita. Principal, School of Engineering, Professor Sriram Devanathan. Principal, School of Computing and School of AI, Professor Gopalakrishnan. Chairperson, Department of ECE, Professor T.K. Ramesh. Vice Chairpersons, Dr. Shrija and Dr. Vinodini. Also, all the heads of various departments. I humbly acknowledge the presence of all the teaching fraternity, the staff, and few senior students. Welcome. upholding the Amrita culture and practice for years, we shall begin the program with the devout gesture of lighting the lamp, for which I invite our chief guest, Mr. Gangadhar Godandaram, Principal, School of Engineering, Professor Sriram Devanathan, Principal, School of Computing and School of AI, Professor Gopalakrishnan, Chairperson, Department of ECE, Dr. T.K. Ramesh, Special Officer, Mr. Prasad, to please come up the stage. Vice Chairpersons, Dr. Shrija and Dr. Vinodini are requested to join. We request you to rise for the prayer. Shubham karoti kalyani, arogyam dhana sampada, shatru buddhi vinashaya, deepa jyotir namostute, deepa jyotir parabrahma, deepa jyotir janardana, deepo haratu me papa, deepa jyotir namostute. I fold my hands before the light that brings prosperity, spaciousness, good health, abundance of wealth, and destruction of enemies' intellect. I fold my hands before the Lord, the maintainer of this creation, in the form of this light. I adore this light, which destroys all the pains resulting from my omissions and commissions. Light symbolizes knowledge, and darkness, ignorance. The Lord is the knowledge principle, Chaitanya, who is the source, the enlivener, and the illuminator of all knowledge. Hence, light is worshipped as Lord Himself. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, sir. Thank you all parents for your prayers, blessings, and goodwill. We have our student Miss Anaga from your very own department, ECE, to render the invocation song.
ध्यायामो धवलावगुण्डनवतीं तेजोमयीं नैष्टकीं स्निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीं मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी.
Thank you, Anakha. Thank you, Anakha, for that soulful rendition. Before I invite our principal, Dr. Sriram Devanathan, for the welcome address, I would like to take a couple of moments to brief about sir. Dr. Sriram Devanathan, our esteemed principal, School of Engineering, is a scholar par excellence. Dr. Sriram holds a rare dual PhD from Iowa State University in Chemical Engineering and Statistics, a powerful blend of precision and analysis. Not stopping there, He also holds a master's in chemical engineering and another in sociology, bringing together science, systems, and society in one brilliant mind. Before stepping into academia, he spent over a decade in US industry, working with global giants 3M Company and Lonza Biosciences from Minnesota, Texas, California, and Washington, D.C. During this time, he led global quality improvement and cost reduction projects in multiple 3M manufacturing units, turning engineering into efficiency and innovation into impact. His passion for learning and sharing led him to train more than 1,200 professionals, engineers, managers, and operators in statistical methods, software tools, and Six Sigma methodologies. His technical expertise is deep and wide, from CGMP to ISO internal auditing. He has mastered the global standards of excellence. Among his many accolades are Six Sigma Black Belt training from 3M USA, ISO 9001 internal auditor training, the prestigious 3M Pollution Prevent PACE Award, and a special citation for social service from Mayor of Los Angeles, California. With over 23 years of rich research experience, Dr. Sriram's focus today is as inspiring as it is impactful. Sustainable development with deep engagement in women's empowerment, rural upliftment, combating gender bias, and fostering resilience in tribal communities. A leader, a researcher, a mentor, and a change maker, Dr. Sriram Devanathan truly embodies Amrita's vision of education for a life, not just for a living. May I now invite our principal, School of Engineering, Dr. Sriram Devanathan, to present the welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. My humble pranams at the feet of our Chancellor, Mata Amritanandamyi Devi. A warm welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Gangadhar, who is also our very dear alumni, we are very proud to say. The distinguished members on the stage, my colleagues, Dr. Gopalakrishnan, who heads the School of Computing and AI, Dr. T.K. Ramesh, who's heading the ECE department, so you'll get to interact with him much more over the next few years, and the very capable vice chairs, Dr. Srija and Dr. Vinodini, and my colleagues off the stage, dear parents and dear students. First of all, I request you to please excuse my voice. I'm battling a cold of some sort. So today is a very, very special day for all of you. I'm sure that you come here with a combination of excitement, anticipation, maybe a little tinge of nervousness as well, not knowing what's ahead, but a pleasant kind of nervousness perhaps. You've had many choices in terms of taking up an undergraduate degree in the country, and you've chosen Amrita. And so you should be aware of what you're entering now for the journey of the next few years. And that in turn is going to translate into a journey beyond the 4 years. It's going to flavor your journey beyond the 4 years. So today, what is it that you should be starting with? Because when you start a journey, you should be equipping yourself with all the right tools and materials to enjoy that journey, to fulfill that journey, and to have a comfortable time during the journey. So what is it that you need to equip yourself with so that you can be successful at the end, and at the end of the 4 years you say, I did well, right? So supposing you are going from here to Delhi and you're planning to take a vacation in Delhi. Now, today there's plenty of information online in terms of the weather of Delhi, all the sightseeing spots, the food places, everything you can imagine, you can get there. But I tell you, even after getting all that information, it is still not equivalent to speaking to someone who's been there to Delhi for a vacation. Their experience counts tremendously more. So that is the spirit that I'm trying to convey today, that you should be listening. So while you may have access to information, plenty of information, what you should be paying attention to is the people who have walked the talk, the people who have had the experience of where you want to be in future. Part of that is going to be fulfilled, not all of it, but part of it is going to be fulfilled when you are spending your time here in Amrita for the next 4 years, interacting with the faculty, the teachers, the researchers, and all others during this time, including your own friends here. On a lighter note, this campus is perhaps very privileged, and I'm taking the liberty of saying this. This campus is perhaps privileged among all the campuses of Amrita in having Rama and Krishna as the principals. I don't think you know. I don't think you got the joke. Okay, so I think the students didn't get the joke because you are not familiar with all the names here, but you will come to know soon. A little bit of understanding of the audience would be useful. So I'm going to ask you a simple question or one or two simple questions so that I get to understand where you're coming from and what you know about the university and so on. Right. So first, all the students who are from Karnataka, could you please raise your hands? You can raise it fully unless you are not sure. Okay, thank you. And now, so I'm very happy to see that because we want people, lots of people from the state, the local state. Second, from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Okay, thank you. And from Tamil Nadu? Okay. And Kerala? Okay. And now, so the rest of you, I apologize for combining all of you for the rest of India, but let's say North India, North, Northeast, West. Can you please raise your hands? Okay. Okay, thank you. So we have an idea of the composition. So for many of you who are coming from out of state, that itself is a new experience, isn't it? So that's something that you should be very excited about. You know, I'll tell you something. When I first, in 1990, when I first went to the US, I had never any thought that I could do something like that. We are from a very lower middle class family, and we had a lot of struggles and all that. I never even thought I would get into a plane. And the excitement was so great that when I was about to, at the boarding gate of the airport, when I was about to board the plane, I didn't even have the sense to hug my parents or anything. So that excitement was so much that I was just looking forward to what's ahead. And then my uncle had to tell me, hey, buddy, you have to at least hug your parents and tell a proper goodbye and all that. And so that kind of excitement, I think, is good, but at the same time, it shouldn't hide or overcome our natural common sense and what we have been taught by our parents and elders and society. A lot of good things that have come that way. So today, I want to try and convey some of that. What is this good sense that we should not forget? Right? Because it's very easy. You'll have a lot of influence from various sources, and you may forget the good sense. So I want to just briefly tell you about that. So for that, I will start with a story, okay? And then hopefully from that we can develop the message. So there is this man who is on a journey. This journey, in the Persian countries, they call it a caravanserai. That means it's a procession of caravans. Like, these days you might have heard about mobile homes and trailers and all that. It's kind of like that. So people are going long distances in the desert and other areas of the Persian countries. So this man is accompanying them. This is about many decades ago, so no cars, just horse-drawn carriages, bullock carts and so on. So anyway, while he's going, he finds that there is one particular caravan where there is a parrot, and this parrot is, it can talk, but it keeps saying the same thing again and again and again with great energy. So whole day, as long as it's awake, the parrot keeps saying, freedom, freedom, freedom. And this man actually happens to be a freedom fighter. So he is very thrilled because this is the message that he is trying to convey to the whole world about having freedom. And he says, oh, this is amazing. Now I get to travel with a parrot which is advocating freedom, which is just shouting at the top of its voice the whole day, freedom, freedom, freedom. So, but he notices that that parrot is inside a cage. It's a golden cage. And so, first of all, if you have anything with gold, you treasure it a lot. So people are very careful about protecting that golden cage. But the parrot is inside. Now you see this situation, the parrot is inside and it says freedom, freedom, freedom. This man is a freedom fighter. So naturally what will be his inclination? He wants to release the parrot, right? He says, poor parrot, it is shouting freedom, freedom. Maybe it wants freedom, so let me just release it. So one day he decides that when nobody is looking, he will release the parrot. So around dusk time, he finds he has that opportunity. Nobody is nearby. He opens the door of the cage and he says, come, freedom, you wanted freedom, you have freedom now. Fly out, little bird. And the parrot is just, the minute he has his hand there, the parrot is shrinking back in fear, saying, oh, some stranger is approaching me. And this man is puzzled. He says, no, go, you are free, you are a free bird, go. But the more he tries to talk, the parrot is just shrinking inside. Then this man in desperation, he reaches his hand inside and the parrot gets even more frightened and it starts pecking him. And then this guy says, what is this? I am only trying to help you and you are attacking me. So then finally he manages to catch hold of the parrot's legs and pulls it out and just throws it and the parrot flies. And then he is very happy. He says, my mission is successful. So he goes back. Next morning when he wakes up, again he hears freedom, freedom, freedom. So he's just wondering, what is this? Yesterday I released the bird. Oh, maybe it is just sitting on a tree and it doesn't want to, go away from this caravan because it's used to it. So he goes there, he can't find it on any of the trees. Then he finds that that parrot is back in its cage. So he's very puzzled. He says, what is this? I released this parrot yesterday and it is coming right back inside. So now I want you to think about the significance of this. For many of us, we think freedom means the ability to do whatever we want to do. Actually, it is not like that. Nor is freedom a freedom from a physical cage. That is the least of our worries. How many of us are in prison with 4 walls? We are not like that. There are criminals who are put in jail. They have those 4-walled prisons. But all of us are in prison also. But not with the 4 walls. We are in prison in a different way. So to do whatever you want to do is not freedom. Not to do what you feel like doing, that is freedom. Because our mind will trick us in a million, billion, trillion ways. Where is the remote control of our mind, as Amma often says? Is it with us or is it with somebody else? Is it with the marketer who has convinced you to buy Fiamma de Willis soap? Is it with the marketer who has convinced you that your best diet consists of Pizza Hut and Domino's? Is it with the person who is convincing you to buy Tommy Hilfiger? Yesterday, when I was talking to the parents yesterday, I was telling them about this one case, a student who was desperate about buying a bike because of his peers. The peers have influenced him. When I say bike, I don't mean bicycle. I mean motorcycle. Fancy one. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 lakhs. And parents refused. So this boy, his response to the parents is, if you can't even do this for me, why did you give birth to me? Now, is that called freedom? Is there freedom there for either the child or the parent? Absolutely not. Both of them are going to be bound. So, you have to think about this over the next few years. Are you going to be chained by the golden cage of friends who say, hey, this is not expected of you. Everybody else is drinking. How can you not drink? Everybody else is smoking pot. How can you not do this? Do you want to be bound by that cage? Everybody is indulging in online betting. How can you not indulge in that? I will borrow money. I will beg, steal. So how many types of golden cages will be there that we have to be watchful and alert to? That is the question. So as you go forward, you'll find more and more and more. What I'm giving you now is, these examples are just a tiny drop in the ocean. It's going to be a zillion such situations that you have to be alert to. Today, if I ask you what is the biggest distraction that comes in the way of you succeeding in your goals, everybody will point to this. So it's very easy to say and to blame on this. And here's a situation where we know what the problem is, what is the source of the problem, and yet we do nothing about it. We are unable to do anything about it. How long will we go on like this, like the parrot being imprisoned by this? So the question is, how important are my goals to me? No other person is going to help in you realizing your goals and dreams. It is entirely up to you as an individual. Others may be tools, instruments along the way. But the investment of effort, time, money, everything has to be from you individually. And so when that investment is lacking, then it's just like a lottery. Out of 1 million people, maybe one person by chance gets lucky or something. So do you want to take that chance? Or would you like to invest in the time and money and effort? That is the question. So over the next few years, that's something every day I would encourage you to ask yourself, where have I invested my time and effort today? Where have I invested my time and effort today? At the end of each day, you should be able to say, in the right place. Otherwise, you are going to, so certain things, wherever you invest your time and effort, that is going to grow. I may invest it in online betting and that is going to grow. How is it going to grow? Your debts will grow. The loans that you have to take up will grow. It will be a cage that is getting shut tighter and tighter around us. That is the problem. So what we have to be constantly watchful over is, every day, what is it that's imprisoning me? What are the walls that are closing around me? If we can somehow get into this awareness, so that one sacrifice where I said, not to do what you feel like doing, that is real freedom. A little bit of practice there in the beginning, you'll find yourself expanding like anything. Nobody can stop you then. But initially, if we indulge and say, oh, what's there? Everybody else is doing it. So what's wrong? That will be the problem. Okay, so now that is just a little bit of a, what shall I say, awareness reminder. But now, what is Amrita going to do for you? So in order to answer that, you should understand a little bit about the background of Amrita. So the first question is, to all the students, how many campuses does Amrita have? Can anyone tell? Yeah? Guess. There's nothing. No negative marks for guessing. It's okay. How many? 7. Okay. Any other guesses? 9. Okay. 9 is the best answer. Actually, there are 10th one you may not know because it's just been established. So there are 10 campuses of Amrita. And I'll just continue in this vein to help you understand about the university. How many students does the university have? Again, just guess, no problem. $50K, okay. See, the parent is replying, but the students are not replying. Oh my goodness, okay, 6,500. You have to go much higher, my dear. 20,000, not bad. I'll go a little higher. 40K, okay, in between. So we are close to 30K, 30,000, okay, close to that. How many teachers do you think the university has? How many? Very good, very good, very good. So 2,000 faculty. And now we look at how many degree programs do you think the university has? 15. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, you have to go much, 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 much higher. 250, okay, you are closer to the mark. So we have about 230 programs, degree programs across the university. It's all one single university, mind you. There are 10 campuses, but one single university. Why am I saying all this? In a short span of 22 years from 2003 till now, look at the trajectory and the accelerated pace of growth of the university to the point where we are now standing at a very special place in India and in the world. So what is the ranking of the university? I think the students can answer, right? 7 as per what ranking? NIRF, okay. And there are several metrics which are used at the global level as well, and we are standing at number 1 in India with respect to those, especially the sustainability impact ranking from Times Higher Education. It's a global ranking agency, we're number 1 in that. So these things happen because of the vision of our founder, our chancellor, Amma. And they happen because the vision says it's not just about education for a living, but education for life. So the skills and competencies that you pick up are created based on that. That is why sustainability is so important over here. And when we talk about this, there is a huge focus in terms of integrating this into the curriculum and into the campus life and activities and events. Just to give you an idea of how the nation has recognized this. You all have heard about Swachh Bharat? Yes. Did you know that this originated in Amrita? Even before Prime Minister launched this program, he had come to meet Amma. And at that time, it was already 2 or 3 years after Amma launched a program called Amala Bharatam. All of us who have been here in the university for 20 years, we know about this. We have participated in it. There have been cleanups in several places. Amala Bharatam. And that Amala Bharatam has been taken by the Prime Minister as Swachh Bharat. So many things have happened like this. The programs, because the ideas have come from a space of compassion from Amma, and then they get adopted by various others across the world. And so we get to participate in these. I'll tell you something. In the US, when +2 students like you go into college like you now, they write this exam called SAT. And they apply to all these universities. Now they have the concept of valedictorian, which means the topper in the school, right? Even a valedictorian is not accepted in these schools if they don't have any volunteering experience. So volunteering, that means the social development contribution, is absolutely important. And so Amrita has been recognized so much that, this program of induction and orientation that we conduct, AICTE had mandated that across the board for the country. And to Amrita, they are actually saying you don't need it. Why? Because what is being planned for 2-3 weeks here, we've been doing for 20 years, and not just for 2-3 weeks, but across the whole 4 years. We have several programs which are integrated into the curriculum, value-based education, curriculum, the cultural education, then there is yoga, meditation, everything is integrated into the curriculum. It is nothing new, and so AICTE recognizes that. So you can see the far-sightedness in terms of our university, of our chancellor, her far-sightedness in establishing a vision that everybody else is just catching up to. So we are ahead now. And so you are now embarking on a journey when the train's already running fast, and it's going to run much faster. And you are now part of that excitement. And now with the AI revolution taking place, your contribution in future is going to be very different from what we have seen in my generation or the next generation. So you're in for very exciting times ahead. And part of that definitely is going to be the contribution from the electronics. If the electronics and communication cannot keep up, then the AI cannot succeed. It's very extremely important. And so you're starting on a journey where you're going to equip yourself with the skills and competencies for this revolution that's ahead. But along with that, we also teach you the life skills. Extremely important, because when the acceleration is higher, the stress is higher, and you have to keep up, you have to keep your equilibrium. Do you know by any chance what are, let's say, the top 2 or 3 most stressful occupations in the world? Does anyone want to take a guess? Yeah? Teaching. Oh my God, okay. God bless you for saying that. I think the teachers will really appreciate you. Anything else? Air traffic control, exactly. This is the most stressful. Now, along with this, surprisingly, there's one that you may not have expected. It has to do with financial management. Yeah. So now I want you to think about this, and then there's other things like race car drivers. Now their actual time of the driving the vehicle may not be that much compared to an air traffic controller who's there all day. But within that short span of time, the stress is immense. And so it has an effect for the rest of the day and for the rest of the life for them. And then there's other things where the stress on the body is unimaginable, like the WWF, you know what that is? World Wrestling Federation. Right? When they stop wrestling, they bloat up like balloons. And all kinds of health complications start coming. You won't even believe the kind of health issues they go through. So I want you to think about this, that you are in for an exciting journey ahead, but equally well you have to pay attention to how do you maintain the equilibrium. And that is where Amrita is different from all the rest. That is where we are trying to teach you the life skills that help you prepare for any situation. But you have to be ready now. You have to be open-minded about that and embrace that the importance of life skills is as much or more than that of the technical skills. With that said, I once again welcome all of you and wish you a wonderful and happy and joyful journey ahead. Thank you.
With the witty mention of Vishnu's avatar, no, not the avatar on your Instagram or WhatsApp, and highlighting the caged confusion to choose between KTM and Royal Enfield, Sir has accomplished the nearly impossible again. Engaging Gen Z amidst worlds of reels and snap filters is no easy feat. But who better to ace it than the master wordsmith himself? Thank you, Dr. Sriram, for the persuasive anecdotes, fables that captivated young minds throughout. We are fortunate to have you at the helm, steering us towards a brighter future. Your commitment to excellence and your ability to stand and lead by example have truly made a significant impact on each one of us. Thank you, sir. Though our director, Dr. Manoj, is not present today, sir has conveyed his best regards to all the new blossoms present here. To formally welcome our honored chief guest, Mr. Gangadhar Govindaram, I would like to invite Dr. Manish Walvekar to present a bouquet as a token of our profound respect and gratitude. Your presence adds immense value to our event today, sir. It is my distinct honor to introduce our chief guest for today, Mr. Gangadhar Govindaram. It is our great honor to welcome a visionary leader and accomplished professional whose career reflects a rare blend of strategy, innovation, and purposeful impact. Mr. Gangadhar Govindaram, the business development lead, startups, and emerging verticals at Microsoft. At Microsoft, Mr. Gangadhar Govindaram leads business development for startups and emerging sectors, empowering early-stage ventures through strategic partnerships, technology, and ecosystem collaboration. With over 2 decades of diverse experience at companies like IBM, Citrix, HCL, and Microsoft, his journey began in 2002 at Genetic Seeds Private Limited, where he set up South India's distribution network and achieved over $1 million in revenue in the first year. From there, he joined HCL Infosystems in 2006, managing network, security, and services business across Karnataka and Goa. His strategic vision and execution earned the team their first major outsourcing deal. Between 2008 and 2011, at IBM India, he was a standout performer, handling large and complex accounts across retail, BFSI, and manufacturing sectors, closing major deals and earning accolades for excellence. His stint with Citrix Systems between 2011 and 2013 saw him reimagine security frameworks for public sector banks and contribute to the conceptualization of an ultra-small bank. In 2013, he began a high-impact phase with Microsoft, initially leading public sector business in South India as a regional sales manager. He later took charge of enterprise commercial healthcare, where under his leadership, the cloud footprint grew 5-fold in just 4 years. His excellence was recognized with the prestigious Microsoft Platinum Club Award. After nearly a decade of stellar work at Microsoft, he took on the role of Chief Revenue Officer at Skit, formerly Vernacular.ai, in 2020. Here, he oversaw P&L sales and delivery, advancing how technology enhances customer interaction through voice AI. He also served as member of advisory panel at Narayana Health, further contributing to innovation and healthcare. Mr. Gangadhar's academic background is equally impressive. A proud science graduate from Bangalore University, he later pursued a certificate in sales and marketing from IIM Kozhikode. Proudly boasting the fact that Sir is an alumnus of our university, followed by an MBA in marketing and finance from Amrita School of Business in Coimbatore, a journey that brings him back to his alma mater today. His passion for lifelong learning took him to the prestigious Wharton School in 2016, where he completed executive programs in general management and managing. From startups to global tech giants, Mr. Gangadhar's story is one of grit, growth, and giving back. His life is a masterclass of how education, ambition, and empathy can shape a meaningful career and leave a lasting impact. Ladies and gentlemen, students and parents, it is with great pride that we present to you our chief guest for today's orientation, Mr. Gangadhar Godandara.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Principal for a wonderful introduction speech, and I felt for a minute, I'm still reeling from that. I'll take a few more minutes to actually become a keynote guest speaker. I feel like a student already, I could remember, go back to my first day in the college, my welcome speech 2-3 decades back. Thank you for that. And good morning, faculty members, principal, co-principal. Thanks for having me here. I'll take a couple of minutes to get back into what I want to speak. Before that, first thing is, today is not an ordinary Thursday. Today is Thursday, right? I'm sure you guys will remember this Thursday for a very, very, very long time. Sorry. Is it okay? Yeah. Is this better? Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I want you guys to take a minute back and give a big round of applause because of all the hard work you've done over the years to be where you are. Someone will kill to be in the place like you today. You guys are sitting in one of the most prestigious colleges in the country and in the world. And imagine the guy who couldn't be in this room because he was the next in wait list today. Think about the opportunity, what you have in hand. And all that hard work, what you have done to put you here, is day one of your life. So I'm sure people lauded your parents. Your parents are here. They're very proud. Your parents lauded you. But you know what? You are the one who brought your career till here. And it is not easy. And remember those sleepless nights, what got you here, brought you to this day. So smile, put a smile on the face. You guys are so serious as if you're going to get into your surgery in the next 1 hour. Please relax. A relaxed mind and a relaxed body is what can take you to excellence in life, is my strong belief in life. So if I don't keep seeing smiles, I'll keep remind you guys that you are not getting into a surgery room in the next few decades for sure. Please smile. So we are all here to tell you, give little glimpse on what you can expect over the next 4 years and over the next few decades. And the objective of all this is to put you on a right path and nothing else. Okay? Congratulations on taking your first step into the new world. You guys, officially, nobody is going to ask you, did you do your homework? Because it's your life. You screw it up. You have to choose between having to figure out a way to work as a service engineer to working at a big tech company, working on cutting edge AI tech and the future, whatever it presents, maybe flying machines, maybe drones in which you can sit and probably go to your offices. So you are at the cusp. When I look back at my career 20, 30 years back, there was no tech, there was no computer. When I started off, maybe few people like us who had a 486, I think it was before you guys were born. These were also computers. So this had a memory chip where we had to put something called a floppy disk. Floppy disk, basically you will not know, is something on which we used to save small files. The highest capacity was probably 16 MB. And to play a game, we had to put 3, 4, 5 floppy disks in rotation to complete that game. And my son, who is 8-year-old, tells, I have kept one floppy disk just for my future show it. My son saw and said, Dad, you printed a 3D printer of a floppy disk of a save icon. He said, in fact, save icon, you could do a 3D printing. I said, no, this was not 3D printed. This was a real hard disk, which we had access to almost, I'm talking about 96, 97. That's when I had a first exposure to computer, working on MS-DOS and the word star. So today probably is all forgotten. Cool. So let me quickly, I don't have a long speech. I've jotted down some things which could be of some use to some of you. And I also want to first declare that I am the least qualified people on this dais to be coaching you, because I am not an academician and I am just a practitioner. And treat me like one of you, just a little older, so that you observe what I'm talking and not otherwise. I strongly feel engineering is not about solving problems from a book. It's about solving problem for the world. Today, look at, I strongly feel everyone is an engineer unless someone disproves that. You have to solve problems. We are here to solve a problem and not to solve a problem for a small cause. We have to think so big that we are solving for the world. That whole idea of engineering has to be solving for the world. Now it's looking at something like anything you look at it, the view has to be how can we make it better? The question you have to start is how? What can I do to make it better? And then build it. Whether it's a bridge, it's a robot, it's an app, it's an application, anything what you see around you, the mindset of an engineer should be, hey, can this be made better? Can I think about making it better? The first thing, start with everything what you're doing. Can I be better? Can I make something better? Can I add more value to the world using my time, skill, and knowledge what I'm gaining as part of the education system? Engineering is also, please take it from me, it is not a career. It's not just a career, it's a mindset. So that is the first message I want to tell you is, have that mindset of an engineer. So don't say that it is not my job. That is the first and foremost point which I want to talk to you about. Mindset for the next 4 years. I think you will learn a lot of things starting from circuits, code, calculus, integral. There are 100 new skills every day you will start learning. And every day you will start asking questions that, why this is working this way, why it won't work a certain way. But please do ask those questions. Asking why on everything, then what? What is asked by a person who cannot think for himself? Okay, sir, tell me what should I speak next? Which means someone has to give a speech. Sir, what should I write here? You don't know why. When you start with why, you get much clearer answers. And somewhere in the book I was reading, for someone asked you something, ask them 3 whys. And most people will stumble to give the answer to the third why. First why is easy. Second why is third. Third why, the guy has to be very, very wise to give an answer for any question. So start with a why in mind. Ask every day, why do you wake up? Why did you join this course? Why do you exist? Why are your parents working so hard? Why? Please get answers for the whys first before what. That's second thing. Third thing is, let me tell you, you all will fail. Everyone in this world will fail. Prepare for the failure. I have failed innumerable number of times. I'm still standing here and talking. Accept failure. Expect failure. And plan for failure. And failure, please understand, friends, is there is no better teacher than a failure. Tell yourself, the faster you fail, the better you get to. I'm sure you must be thinking, okay, can I fail some papers? It doesn't matter. That will teach you a lesson of shame, of your own disgust, or your own insult that shit, I had all the time in my life and I failed this paper. That is also a learning. Failure is take failure as a feedback and not as a real failure. Take it as a feedback, life giving you back feedback that how did you do certain things you were supposed to do, you didn't do it in a certain way. Course correct yourself and come out of it. Take it as a stepping stone in everything what you do. And one of the biggest problem, I'm sure you also have heard in our country, is 85% of all the engineering students in our country are unemployable. I have done campus placements in multiple colleges, MBA, engineering, even IIMs, multiple colleges. The biggest problem we see is communication and collaboration. When I say communication, unfortunately or fortunately, we have to have a common language to speak. But we tend to link that common language to intelligence. Please understand, intelligence and communication have got nothing to do with each other. Many times, I've seen across the country, the reason for non-employability in the engineering colleges is due to communication and collaboration. The world has changed. The world has changed to an extent where you can't say that, hey, I am good, I'll succeed, unless you collaborate. Collaboration is the key. For collaboration, communication acts as a bridge or a barrier. So I encourage each one of you to figure out how you can improve your communication and collaboration skills. Of course, college projects, all these things are part of the entire planned package where you will have to collaborate. But again, collaboration cannot be forced upon you. You have to have an inside out view that how do you communicate, how do you collaborate. Join clubs like Toastmaster. If you really think, you want to open up, you're shy to speak in front of people because you're always worried what the next guy is going to think. And please understand, the guy sitting next to you who might laugh at you or smile or giggle when you're talking, you will never see him in your life after you leave this campus. What will be with you is what you're learning. What is your confidence? What can you communicate? Don't care about anybody who is laughing at you. Just write in a notebook, I'll teach these guys, I'll show these guys one day what I am. Because you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You're already done that, that's why you're in this institution, and what you do here further will determine where you will be in your life. From my whole academics, of my 15, 20 years of education, I have probably 10 people who are in constant touch even till date. What happened to every fear I had in my mind? Oh shit, I know this answer, but what if I stand up and tell I get exposed because I gave a wrong answer? Somebody will smile at me and laugh at me. Somebody will pass a passing comment. Doesn't matter, guys. Please take it from me. That is all gone at 12th. Now you are no more kids. You're adults. You have to work in a certain way, certain style, and you have to now only do forward-looking thinking and chart your own career, sculpt your own career. So collaboration and communication, why I'm stressing is there is no compromise on it. You will write it down, you understand this, and those who are already having this challenge, you already know you have a challenge. Please figure out a way. When let us say you have an infection on your hand, will you keep waiting for 3 years to get it closed or rectified, or you go to your doctor? So there are doctors for everything. If you think communication is a challenge for you, speak to people, speak to faculty members, speak to a placement cell, find an outside advisor or a consultant, online course, join a club, create a club. Create a club yourself. That itself is a great entrepreneurial spirit. So I want to little bit focus on that in the next few years' time. And not wait for your 4th year time, not wait for your 4th year placement season to suddenly think, I want to now suddenly improvise on a lot of things. There is time, so you have time, please focus on it. I want to next talk about curiosity and courage. I think have a curious mindset. The world is changing every single day. Sit down over the next 3 months and charter your journey. In today's day, gone are the days when engineers are sitting and writing code. The whole world is moving towards a place where you don't have to sit and write a code, but you need to know what problem to solve. When you know what is the problem to solve, automatically everything else can fall in place for you. Today, what differentiates, think about it, in this world of AI, when what you will learn painstakingly for many years, can someone just create something like a chat GPT or some equivalent tool and create that 40,000 lines of code in 30 minutes time? You have to ask yourself, instead of asking, will AI replace an engineer? The answer is never. What can I do today to be one step ahead of the AI? What can I do to train those AI models? What can I do so that I am valued 10 years down the lane, 20 years down the lane? And keep having that mindset of curiosity and have that hunger and thirst to absorb unimaginable amount of data, knowledge, and readings. This is one skill you need to cultivate. It is not that God fortunately has created us. Probably we are not using 0.1% of our brains, and because 99% is filled with clutter. Okay? When you remove the clutter, automatically you have so much of time to think for yourself. So keep the distractions away and have that clear curiosity and courage to explore, keep experimenting, keep failing. It doesn't matter. No one is judging you. It's your life. First thing is, mobile phone, your parents keep telling, I'm sure, throw it away. So for example, when I'm talking, when I'm playing golf, when I have to concentrate, I just throw my phone away. That 1 hour gives me so much of clarity. Now imagine if I was sitting and watching 5 minutes before, suddenly someone escalated something at work. My mind is gone. I can't speak what I wanted to speak. Imagine, that is a common human behavior. No one can claim that I am different. Throw it away. These are the ones which are holding you back in life. I'll give a small example. You know how monkey catchers actually operate? Have anyone seen a monkey catcher? I'm sure you must have not. Yeah. So I read this in a book and went and observed as well. They built a small cage, metal cage completely, and inside that they keep something very fancy smelling. It could be boiled peanuts or something which is very, very banana or something which is attractive for a monkey. And the cage is locked from all sides. You can't enter the cage. It's a locked cage. And the monkey will come. It look at smelling groundnuts. And the cage is designed in such a way that of the wrist size of the monkey. That is the every square is like that. Monkey will put its hand. It got handful, fistful of whatever food is kept inside. Now monkey is greedy. It has put second hand also. It has taken in both the hands. The minute it is having groundnuts in both the hands, the design by an engineer is such that it can't take its hands out. It can neither eat nor leave its hand. Monkey will wait for hours, figuring it out, how do I get this out without, dropping even one of them. It will sit for 1 hour, 2 hours, it will sit there. And monkey catcher does not even have to be in a rush to come and catch it now, because it's not going to leave the groundnut any which ways. So please ask yourself, what is your groundnut in life? We all have groundnuts. We have to just close our eyes and realize what is the groundnut. Give an example. I went to Amrita in 2004. Till then I was in a good job after my graduation. At the age of 23, 24, I had a 30-member team running a large business, profitable business. I had a driver and a car. And I wanted to do an MBA, but my boss, my CEO was telling me, you want to do MBA and sell soaps? You are actually in a fantastic job. And he confused me so much that I was thinking I wanted to pursue, but he was telling me, why? You want to sell soaps, joining Hindustan Unilever. I knew what I was doing at 2024. I had done what I was doing. I wanted to do much beyond that. So I came across this book and I was reading this exact story, what I told you. And then I started thinking, what is my groundnut? I finally, over the few years' time, I figured out, in my whole family, no one had a car. We are also from, a little lower middle class family, and no one had a car. Company had given me a Qualis. In those days, Qualis is like Innova today, and I had a driver. And wherever I used to go, casually also to some relative's place in the car, people looked up to me. People looked up like, my God, this guy has got a car. I was the only guy with a car in the entire family. That is when I realized, I am that monkey holding on to that car which is stopping me from success in my life. The minute I realized that I saw myself like a monkey, I went and told my boss that day, sir, I'm quitting. He said, why you want to quit? I'll give you more money. Sir, I'm quitting because I want to study. I told you already, we discussed this already. Why do you want to do this? You have everything what you want in your life. I said, no, I don't have freedom because I'm tied up to things what you have given me. When you go back and look at your own as a monkey and what are you holding in your hands, you will start seeing a lot more clarity on what is holding you down, what is that putting you down and tying you to somewhere. So think over it sometime. This is a simple story, but this story helped me to take a clear decision. I'm sure if it helps one person in this room one day in your life to think clearly, I'll be very happy. Now let me quickly talk about some things on ethics and responsibility. Responsibility, the minute you heard as students, you might be thinking corporate social responsibility. No, I'm talking of individual responsibility. Each one of you, for the reason that you represent an institution like Amrita, just for the reason that God has given you this beautiful life and family and parents and things like that, just because you have a life, you have a responsibility. The responsibility is, today you might not have built anything significant, but one day you will build something significant. On that day, you need to think that what you are building today, let us say, I'll take an example of the same monkey. You give monkey a knife and tie that knife in its neck and let free. You know, right, the disaster, what can happen, and give the same knife in the hands of a surgeon. He will save lives. AI and the courses you're taking in engineering, computing, AI is exactly like that. What you're building can be used for various things. Someone built a security camera for helping you to protect people from safety incidents. The same security camera is used by hooligans and social destructing elements. Every day we see cases how security cameras data is being stolen, pictures are morphed, million problems, right? So with any tool what we build, there are two sides to it. You can use it to someone to make an online payment. You can use this to build a tech to steal the data and spoil lives of millions of people. So everything, every step what you do, you have to think responsibly, especially when you're in the tech field, working in AI. Responsible AI is super critical. One misstep, which as an engineer, whenever you start your journey, you do, can cost people their lives and life savings, and a lot more harm it can inflict people. So that's the power which you have in your hands. Ethics, I think it's also how you conduct yourself. Ethics is all about how you conduct yourself. I think it's an ongoing journey. Keep something in your mind. Ethics and responsibility is what determines where you reach in your life. Success and where you reach in your life are two different things. I'm not talking of becoming CEOs and making a lot of money. I'm talking of inner engineering. I'm talking about inside what you are as a real person. I was interviewing a candidate recently, and he told, again, it's an internship. It's an internship opportunity, and the candidate told, sir, my mother has told me that whatever you become in life, become a good person. So that's how parents coach kids to become something good. And I really like that answer. If I had two candidates to choose between, this will definitely get an extra 1 mark, because he wanted to be a good person. What is the definition of good person could be different for different people, but a combination of having compassion, having a discipline, having an innovative mindset. It could be anything, whatever you believe in your life are important for you. But be the good person what your parents want you to be. Let me quickly talk about opportunities and the future. I think you guys are in an amazing place right now. You're all in your early 20s, or hitting, I think maybe some of you in their 20s. Next 50 years. Next 50 years, next 30, 40, 50 years are going to be golden opportunity for you. I'm sure in your lifetime, you guys will surely see flying. You will probably fly to offices in the same city. There'll be flying drones. You will see so much of tech innovation. And you are really lucky. Probably when I was in college, when principal sir, we were in college, we didn't anticipate this. This is the highest of tech we can think. But imagine for you all, this is ground zero. When you guys started off your lives, you see AI as this stage of advancement. I'm so wondering to see what is going to happen in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And you have great time, so please prepare for that great time. And all that, today, first step what you take in learning will determine in that way where you will be. What problems will you be solving will be a different level problems altogether. And imagine yourself 10 years, 20 years ahead in time. See what you will be solving. Work backwards. Don't throw away the opportunity life and God has given you. Problems to be solved are immense in our country, starting from clean tech. Just a clean tech space by 2050, by 2070, India wants to be a zero carbon footprint country, which means between now and 2050, India is going to invest $124 trillion in clean tech. Just imagine, $124 trillion. We are talking of India becoming a few $1 trillion economy now. That's the kind of money which is going to go into clean tech. Look at health tech. Today, gone are the days when only doctors can actually diagnose. Today, AI techs are helping doctors to take faster decisions. If a doctor was taking X hours of time to analyze a particular data set and tell, today in 30 seconds, doctor can tell what is the problem and what's its resolution. So doctors are getting, AI in healthcare is going to become 1000x bigger in the next 10 years' time. Look at space tech, what's happening. Space tech, there is a massive opportunity. And everything is data. When I talk why health tech, space tech, and clean tech, everything is data. These are all data-driven problems. You have certain data set, you have to train certain models, you have to build models which can forecast and predict. So these are the problems which you will going to work, in the next few years from now. Some of you will start probably some companies, become entrepreneurs. Some of you will work on satellites, satellite imagery. Some of you will solve your problems in public infrastructure like UPI and equivalent. Someone on data security. Some people will work on problem solving in villages for the farmers to improve their farm income. And each one of you have an amazing role to play in the days to come, provided you use your time very well today and be prepared for that day. I think with that, I'll just end my little one is, learn with your heart. That is my parting message. Build without fear. Build anything without fear. Let it fail. Be prepared to fail and rebuild it. Have the resilience to keep rebuilding it until it works the way you want it to work. And never lose the joy of discovery. Enjoy the process. It's okay if you get that 1 mark less, as long as you got the remaining 98% thing exactly you understood the way you were supposed to understand. And, more than in 4 years, the marks you scored will matter less than the impact you made and the person you became. If there is a volunteering opportunity, please pick it up. Join nearby, wherever you live. You've left your families, you've left your home, you've left your best friends, you've left your addas and come to a new city. The best thing to do is, in that city, pick up something which can stay with you for a long time. Associate yourself with some blind club, reading to a blind, and working in orphanage for even 1 hour per week. You start respecting the value of life you have. Please understand, you are the most privileged lot. Some of you might think it doesn't matter about economic status. You are a very, very privileged lot, my friends. Please realize that. Go back and thank your parents for it. You are sitting in this room. I see both the sides of the world. I can't tell you how lucky you are to sit here. Please use that luck properly. Try to do 1 hour per month you volunteer here. That is giving back. And, giving back, I can't stress more. I think you will understand it. If you don't do it, you will understand after a few years that how important it is and why it is important. And I just wanted to leave you with one last message, which I made a note is, Amrita's values: discipline, compassion, and innovation. I think these 3 might sound like 3 simple words, but I think start thinking about, in these 3 spheres, how are you growing as a person? Have a small book for yourself for the next 20 years, a small book. Every year do a P&L. I do a P&L statement for my own personal life. What did I do last year? What changed me as a person? What were my biggest regrets or failures of last year? I think that helps you to look back and read and understand where are you in your journey. I'm not talking about job, career, money, education, as an individual. So, great opportunity in Amrita where it is not just about education, memorizing. It is an overall, Amrita helps you to do a 360-degree evaluation of yourself, provided you're open for it. If you're closed for it, it might not help you. But please do invest time. Try to do a holistic development of your mind, body, and soul. Help others thrive, do very well, and all the very best for a fantastic 4 years on this amazing place, Amrita. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. We are extremely grateful that you addressed the students and shared your wisdom to be not just good engineers, but also on how to gain on life. Your humility and insistence on compassion is not only refreshing, but also inspiring. Having heard you, I believe that our newest batch is introduced to the larger frameworks of mindset that will definitely help them persevere the world, and your words inspire us to strive to be their bestest self and giving back to the world at every possible step. As you all know, kindness and humility cost nothing, but will always have an impact. I hope we all can emulate his focus and curiosity, and most of all, his compassion, and make Amrita family proud. Thank you, sir, once more for your wisdom and your time from all of us. Please give sir a big round of applause. It is my privilege to briefly talk about the next speaker, our beloved principal, School of Computing and School of AI, Dr. E.A. Gopalakrishnan. A name synonymous with excellence in artificial intelligence and complex systems, Dr. Gopalakrishnan leads two of the most dynamic schools at Amrita's Bangalore campus. A proud alumnus of IIT Madras, where he earned his PhD, Dr. Gopalakrishnan has since carved an indelible mark in academia and research. His scholarly work has graced some of the most reputed international journals, including Nature Scientific Reports, Journal of Fluid Mechanics, Chaos, Physical Review E, IEEE Transactions, Engineering Applications of Artificial Intelligence and Soft Computing. And speaking of impact, his deep learning-based model for stock price prediction hasn't just made waves, it has made history. Cited over 1,000 times globally, it continues to influence research and real-world financial modeling to this day. But research is just one facet of his brilliance. Dr. Gopalakrishnan is also the architect of future-ready education. He has played a pioneering role in designing some of Amrita's most sought-after programs, the B.Tech in CSE AI, the B.Tech in AI and Data Science, and the M.Tech in Data Science. These curricula are crafted not just for today's industry needs, but for tomorrow's possibilities. He has also been at the forefront of securing major research grants from prestigious bodies like DST, DRDO, and ICMR, leading cutting-edge projects in AI for healthcare and AI for sustainable energy. Recognizing his authority and depth in the field, the Department of Telecom, Government of India appointed him to a national working group of defining standards to assess the robustness of AI systems, a key step in ensuring responsible and ethical AI deployment. Dr. Gopalakrishnan's research spans a wide canvas from AI and data-driven modeling to mathematical and complex systems. But his current mission is clear and compelling: to build trustworthy, robust, and ethical AI frameworks that can perform reliably in high-stakes, real-world applications. A passionate educator, an innovative researcher, and a humble visionary, Dr. Gopalakrishnan is not just shaping what we learn, he's shaping who we become as learners, creators, and future changemakers. With great admiration and anticipation, let us welcome the person who leads minds and inspires mission.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams at the sacred lotus feet of our Chancellor and my Sadguru, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, whom we lovingly call as Amma. My reverential salutations to our Chief Guest, Mr. Gangadhar Kodandaram, our Principal School of Engineering, Professor Sriram Devanathan, Professor T.K. Ramesh, Chairperson, Department of ECE, Professor Srija, Professor Vinodini, Vice Chairs of Department of ECE, and other faculty colleagues. And my heartfelt congratulations to all the students and parents, and hearty welcome once again to Amrita. So before I begin, first thing that I want to say is like we walk the talk in Amrita, and you might have heard the sentence or the kind of phrase, proof of pudding is in eating it, and you have seen our product, so you have seen him, how he delivered his speech. So that is the proof of Amrita, what Amrita will make you. Now, to say, go further. So me, from being School of Computing and AI, I wish to tell you like how the ECE is going to help the AI revolution. So if you know about the current AI, one of the limiting factors of current AI, if you take the generative AI for that matter, one of the limiting factors of generative AI or the current LLM that we are using, the current large language models that we are using, is the energy. So for each query that you are doing in LLM, the energy required is so high. So you are using enormous amount of energy. So how do you make energy efficient computing? And who is going to help in bringing this energy efficient computing. So that is going to come from you, the practitioners of electronics and communication engineering, who is going to build chips which are going to help energy efficient computing. So that is the first point. Second point that you are going to help is we are no more talking about collecting data from somewhere, transmitting data to somewhere else, and then analyzing, or even transmitting data to the cloud and analyzing. We actually need on-the-go or the on-the-fly computing, or otherwise it is called as the edge computing. Suppose if you are wearing a wearable like a watch or smartwatch, so it collects your data and it has to process the data and it has to deliver whatever that it has to deliver. As he was telling, like it should give you some instructions like whether you are in danger, whether you should change your habit, all these things you should get. And yesterday we were speaking to the chief guest after the event. So yesterday was the induction of the CSE AI. And one thing that we were talking about is that how the electronics is going to become smart. For example, if you have a refrigerator, so if the refrigerator, nowadays we call everything smart, whether it is smart or not, because just like our smartphone. So it is, I'm talking about the real smart electronics. So imagine that you have a refrigerator, and if you are, say, accepting the current company, I am giving this example, say somebody is binge watching a web series in Netflix and goes to the refrigerator maybe at around 12 a.m. or 1 a.m., opens the refrigerator and takes a Coca-Cola and drinks. I have nothing against Coca-Cola, although I come from Kerala. So then suddenly your refrigerator gives a warning. This is the 4th Coca-Cola that you have had in this particular week, and your BMI is already something like my BMI. So be careful and stop drinking this Coca-Cola. Better have water, which is there nearby. Or a cold coffee or a cold tea, which is not sweetened or not sugar, no sugar added cold coffee or something like that. So that is what the world is looking at. So that kind of edge analytics is again going to come from you. So that is the second point that I want to tell. What will be your future, or what is that the EC is going to contribute towards the AI revolution that the world is witnessing. Now, to give you 2 examples, especially regarding this, regarding the importance of electronics, I will give you one modern example and I will give you one ancient example, and with that ancient example, I will hand over the stage to your chairperson. I'm sure that you are eager to listen from him. So the modern example that I am giving is, all of us know that we were all proud about a very recent operation that our Indian military did, which is Operation Sindoor. And if you look at Operation Sindoor, each and every act of Operation Sindoor is related to electronics. Let it be intercepting the incoming drones, let it be aiming the missiles or aiming the targets with your missiles, let it be having very precise attack, say targets, to attack very precise targets with lot of precision, timing, strategy, all this comes from electronics. So it is not just AI, it is not just computing, there is a whole lot to do with how you communicate and how you really, say, do this tactful or tactile electronics, as they say, which is used in defense. And to just point out, I am very happy to say that your department hosts one of the finest researchers working in that domain. So he was here a little while ago. So he is working closely with one of India's defense research organizations. So actually you are going to be there in the middle of these kind of inventions wherein you can benefit from. Now, I will give you the ancient example. So Sriram sir was pointing out that we have Rama and Krishna as the principal, as the principals of this campus. However, I wish to reiterate, and I am very happy to say that although we do have Rama and Krishna, the campus still remains as a Rama Rajya, and I wish it to continue like a Rama Rajya. So my example is from Ramayana. And our chief guest was talking about the monkey mind that we have. So I am going to give you that example from Ramayana. So the greatest communication, because your ECE says the electronics and the second word is communication. So if you take the greatest example of communication, it is none other than a monkey that we see in Ramayana, which is Hanuman. So you can see that how efficient he was in his communication. So you know that when you send a signal, the enemies will try to intercept the signal. So he was intercepted 3 times when he was traveling to Lanka. All the 3 times he successfully, made it in such a way that the interceptions were not effective. He surpassed those interceptions. Then another example of this edge analytics. He was not like collecting the data from Lanka and telling Rama that these many army men are there here, these are the forces that Ravana has, nothing. It was like a surgical strike. So he went there, 30% of, according to the Valmiki Ramayana, almost 25 to 30% of Ravana's army, he destroys then and there. And he is such a capable edge analytic instrument, he could have destroyed the entire Ravana's army, but he left something for Rama because Rama is the data center. So some job should be left for the AI engineer sitting there. So then he came back. And about the precise communication. So when he comes back, Rama is very eager to listen about what happened to Sita. And he is, as you may be knowing, he is on a mission to find Sita. So he has to tell Rama that he has seen Sita. So if he is starting his word with a sentence with Sita, then there is a chance that Rama may get a heart attack, a BP may shoot, because then he has to wait for the next word, whether he has seen Sita or not. So he starts in the Ramayana, he says, Drishtva Sitedi. First itself he says, I have seen Sita. So he is not telling Sita and then the next sentence. First he says, I have seen Sita. So he says, Drishtva Sitedi. So let Amrita help you develop from the monkey mind to the mighty Hanuman. May our Chancellor Amma help you to become like mighty Hanuman, who will do anything and nothing is impossible for you, and especially in this changing world. So I wish a very, very joyful and fruitful journey here for the rest of the four years that you are going to have here. And I also wish that some of you will come like our chief guest back here as the chief guest for future inductions and convocations. All the very best. Namah Shivaya.
From hinting at the fact of your becoming puddings of Amrita, growing into sweeter souls, to tickling our bones with his measured sense of humor, Sir has remarkably weaved his guidance through his impactful words, which are now etched in the minds of our newest family members. Before I invite the next speaker, Dr. T.K. Ramesh, Chairperson, Department of ECE, to address the gathered, I would be delighted to speak a few words about Dr. Ramesh. Dr. Ramesh joined Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham in August 2005 after serving as an assistant professor at MVJ College of Engineering, Bangalore for 10 years. He has been the recipient of the Best Teacher Award for the year 2003 at MVJ College of Engineering, Bangalore. He has over 27 years of teaching experience. Dr. Ramesh obtained his PhD from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham in 2012 in the field of optical networks. He has published over 100 research publications in peer-reviewed international journals and conferences. He has successfully guided 4 PhDs and now he is guiding 8 PhD scholars. His areas of research include communication networks and applications, analog and digital devices and circuits, functional safety, artificial intelligence, and network on-chip. He is a lifetime member of the Indian Society for Technical Education and member of the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering and the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. So, may I invite you to deliver the welcome speech.
Om Amriteshwari Nama. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, I'd like to welcome and congratulate all the students who had joined the B.Tech program in ECE. I also take this opportunity to thank and welcome all the parents for their trust and support. Our principals and the guest already given valuable inputs, valuable points, what you have to do to excel in your 4 years degree. I do not have much to add to it, so my speech will be very brief. From the Department of Electronics and Communication, we offer 2 undergraduate programs in Electronics and Communication Engineering and in Electronics and Computer Engineering. In addition to this, we offer M.Tech in VLSI Design and PhD in Engineering. The B.Tech program in Electronics and Communication Engineering is designed to help you think, build, and innovate. During these 4 years, you will learn the essentials of electronics and electronics devices. You will learn how to design, analyze, and prototype electronic circuits and systems. You will also gain the practical knowledge in the area of communication, computing, and embedded systems. I'm very happy to say that, or announce that, our university, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, is NAAC accredited. And also, our B.Tech program in Electronics and Communication is MBA accredited. This accreditation tells you the sign of quality, which in turn tells us the quality of the syllabus, what we are going to maintain as expected by the industry. In addition, what are the support required to achieve the goals of the B.Tech EC are available in the department. Keeping this in mind, I want to congratulate everyone for taking admission in this college. And I want to conclude my speech by wishing you once again all the best for your stay of 4 years in Amrita. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for introducing the department, the programs offered, and give the students an insight into the scope of these programs. I am sure that the students appreciate your guidance while they prepare themselves for their journey here. Thank you so much, sir. Next segment of today's program is to pledge, a pledge intended to foster a spirit of pride and responsibility in the course of your engineering studies and eventually be responsible engineers and citizens. And for the same, may I invite our principal, Professor Sriram Devanathan.
So this is one of the unique aspects of our university where, as I mentioned before, we want to integrate the technical educational aspects with the life skills aspects as well. So for this, just for a couple of minutes, I request all the students to please stand up. So we will take this pledge together. I will request you to raise your right arm in front of you like this, as you have done in school, and repeat after me a few words at a time. May I freely and fully commit myself to my academic studies, my personal growth, and the noble values of this institution, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. I pledge wholeheartedly to apply myself to the mastery of the academic knowledge that I am about to receive, and to seek within the self knowledge that brings true wisdom. I will strive to cultivate the enduring, sustaining qualities like humility and compassion that develop mature judgment and discrimination. May the application of knowledge expressed through all my actions always reflect honor upon myself, my family, my institution, and my country. This pledge I take freely before this assembly, the supreme witness within, and our founder, Holy Mother Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, who has blessed and offered this institution for the benefit of humanity. Thank you. You may please sit.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of everyone in Amrita family, as a token of appreciation, gratitude, and goodwill, may I request our principals, Dr. Sriram Devanathan and Dr. Gopalakrishnan, to present a memento to our chief guest, Mr. Gangadhar. Thank you, sir. Any program is incomplete without acknowledging the minds, the hearts, and hands of each and every individual whose sincere effort has shown light in the form of this program. And to formally thank everyone, I invite Orientation Program Coordinator, Dr. Manish Rajan Walvekar.
Namaskar. As introduced, I am Dr. Manish Walvekar. I am the chairperson of Amrita Darshanam, the department that holds aloft the torch of the Indian knowledge system at our university. I also stand before you wearing another cap as a campus lead for this inauguration and program commencement and the upcoming induction program. This is to mark your academic journey, beginning of the academic journey. As we draw the curtains of the inaugural ceremony for the 2025 B.Tech ECE batch, it is my privilege and joy to deliver the vote of thanks an offering of gratitude to all who made this occasion luminous. First and foremost, my deepest pranams at the lotus feet of Amma, whose grace flows through every movement of this event. If I may borrow from the language of grammar, she is the karta, doer, karma, object, and kriyapada, verb, for this entire institution. We are merely instruments of her will, moved by her compassion and guided by her vision. To our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Gangadhar Kodandaram, sir, thank you for an address that was not just a mere address, but a stirring journey. And that too, you are an alumnus of this institute. So you are quite inspiring for all kids gathered here. Your words did not merely inform, they ignited. You reminded us that conviction, courage, and curiosity are not optional extras, but vital companions on this path. And I was pretty excited after listening to in the principal's office that this address is going to be very fantastic. So thank you so much, sir. To our esteemed director, sir, who couldn't attend this function due to some other emergencies, principals, Swamijis, HODs, and vice chairs, your steadfast leadership continues to illuminate our path. This event bears the imprint of your vision and commitment to nurturing excellence. Now, Shri Ram sir mentioned in his speech that we have principals Rama and Krishna. I was sitting there and I was observing the entire dais, and I couldn't resist myself from noticing the celestial gathering of some divine names. Let us begin with our chief guest, Gangadhara Kodandarama. It's a combination of Hari and Hara both. Then our principals, one Sri Rama, one Gopala Krishna, one Rama, one Krishna. EC chairperson, Ramesh, again who is Narayana. Ramesh, Rama means Lakshmi. Again who is Narayana. Then look at our entire Nari Shakti. Let us start from Dr. Shri Ja. Shri means Lakshmi. Shripati is also, that's why Tirupati, na? Shripati. Shri Ja, again Lakshmi. Vinodini, Dr. Vinodini, another vice chairperson of the department. If you have heard Mahishasur Mardini Stotra, the word Vinodini is coupled with the word Vishnu. And Vishnu Vinodini Nandini. Not just that, the story doesn't end here. Look at our MCs. One is Shri Nidhi, again Lakshmi. Another one is Dr. Revati. In Devi Purana, the goddess Narmada has been addressed with 3 names, Revati, Reva, and Narmada. And the entire leader of this MC's team is Shri Vidya, which is again a very well established name in Lalita Sahasranama also. Nandi Vidya, Shri Vidya, Nateshwari. So she is Shri Vidya. So I'm not part of it, so just don't worry. So I couldn't resist myself from just observing this celestial gathering here for the inauguration of this ECE inauguration ceremony. To conclude this vote of thanks to all the committee members and volunteers, thank you for your silent strength and tireless efforts. The seamless execution of this program is a testament to your sincerity and planning. And to our newest members, our young babies of Amrita, my dear students, welcome. This is just not an academic beginning, it is the first chapter of a transformative journey. May you carry the fire of inquiry, the patience of learning, and the humility of wisdom. To the parents, thank you so much. Thank you for entrusting us with your children. Your faith is the foundation on which we build their future. To conclude, let us invoke the Guru Tattva as we are beginning this amazing journey. The Guru Tattva to guide our path. In the immortal words of Srimad Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya, Nana Chidra Ghatodara Sthita Mahadeepa Prabha Bhaswaram Jnanam Yassatu Chakshuradi Karanadwara Bahispandate Janamiti Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Etat Samastai Jagat Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. to that Dakshinamurti, the embodiment of knowledge, shining through the Guru, we bow in reverence. Thank you, one and all. May this be the beginning of something truly extraordinary. Thank you so much. Namah Shivaya.
As we come to the conclusion of our orientation program for the B.Tech ECE, I want to extend my heartfelt thank you to you all, our esteemed speakers, our faculty members, and most importantly, our enthusiastic students. More exciting, learning, and engaging activities await you. So from here, all of us, we wish you all a wonderful journey at Amrita. We shall now rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
This announcement is for parents and students. I want you to stay back in the auditorium and not move out. Thank you so much.